guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. I'm JaMya. In today's video, I'm showing you guys this bold eye look for Valentine's Day. If you guys want to see how I got this look, then make sure you guys keep on watching. Alright, starting out this video, I'm starting off with my brows and my eyes are already prepped. You already know. Going in with the Mercury Retrograde palette by Huda Beauty. I'm starting off with the shade Hot Mess, and I'm just going to be packing this shade into my crease, and I'm just kind of building it up all the way to my brow bone. And I'm basically just doing that on both eyes, just kind of getting the color to show, because it's a pigmented color, but it just takes a while for it to just show up because it's very light on my skin complexion. So I'm just basically building that color up first. Alright, so now time for the coffee break. I just been into coffee lately, so I'm drinking my coffee, you already know. But now I'm just going in with the shade Vortex, and it's just this dark purple shade. I'm using it on a very like fluffy brush at first, then I switched it out for a more flat brush because it just wasn't working right with that fluffy brush. So I'm just using a flat brush just to apply the product on my eyes first, and then I'm using like a more flat fluffy type brush to just blend out that purple in on my lid. Alright, so now going back into Hot Mess a little bit, I'm just blending out those two shades with a blending brush because you don't want it to look too harsh, but you don't want it to be looking too soft either, if you know what I mean. But I'm just blending out those two shades together. Alright, so now I'm going in with the shade Supernova, and it's just this really pretty glittery pink shade, and I'm just putting that right on my brow bone. So for this look, I decided to do a wing liner, and I'm using the e.l.f. Cosmetics liquid eyeliner in jet black. I'm pretty surprised and very satisfied on how I did my wing liner because I usually suck at those, but I did a pretty good job with my liner this time. Moving on to lashes, I'm using the Yalorde lashes in the style MVP, and I got these from Instagram, and they're really bomb. Now I'm just wiping away the excess powder, well, the excess eyeshadow that I have like under my eye and all over my face and stuff. So I'm just wiping that off first before I get into my face. Alright, so now onto the face. I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Primer. I have no idea why I like to use so much primer sometimes, but this primer is really good for like blurring out your pores and making your skin look like really smooth before putting on your foundation, but it really helped out a lot when using my foundation. So for foundation, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in 335 Classic Tan, and I added in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glow highlighter with my foundation. I'm just blending that out with a brush first, and then going over it with my sponge, and then just finishing it off with a buffing brush just to make sure my skin is like really skin-like and smooth and everything. Alright, so onto concealer. I'm just using the Morphe concealer in C415. This concealer is like really full coverage, and I think it's probably one of my favorite concealers that I've used thus far. It's really bomb, but I'm just putting it all over my concealed areas, and then I'm just going to basically blend it out with a sponge. Alright, so now I'm just going over my concealed areas with a brush just to finish it off. I don't know why, but I always like to just blend out with a sponge and then a brush. It just makes it have like a really nice flawless finish, and it just looks really smooth on my face. So I'm just going over my concealed areas with this brush. Onto bronzer, I'm using the Pacifica bronzer, and I'm just basically putting this in my bronzed areas on my cheeks and on my nose. This bronzer is really nice because it gives me like a really nice bronze and like color back into my face, and I really do love this bronzer. But yeah, I'm just using this to just bronze up my face. Alright, so now time for setting powder. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me setting powder in the shade 30 medium deep. And I'm just basically putting this on all over my concealed areas. And I'm just gonna let this sit for a few minutes. Alright, so my camera had went off and I didn't even notice, but basically what I was doing, I was just adding in the shade Vortex on my lower lash line. And now I'm just basically wiping away the excess powder off my face. Alright, so now onto the blush. I'm using the Lynching Gold Rose Gold blush, and I'm just putting this all over my cheeks. Moving on to the highlighter, I'm using the IBY Beauty highlighter in 24K Magic. This is probably one of my favorite highlighters. I know I say this all the time, but it's really blinding and really nice on my skin. So I'm just using this as the highlighter on my cheeks and on my nose. Moving on to inner corner highlighter, I'm using the Naked Cosmetics kind of like glitter pigment, and this is in the shade Desert Sunset, and it's really pigmented, so I blended it out just to soften up the color a little bit. Moving on to setting spray, I'm using the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray, and I'm just setting my face. Alright, so onto the lips, I'm using 3 products. First, I'm using the NK Beauty lip liner, and this is in the shade Chocolate, and I'm just basically lining my lips up with that. Moving on to the e.l.f. Cosmetics lip lacquer, and this is like a pink shade of their lip gloss, and I'm just putting this right on top of that lip liner. And basically just topping off this lip with the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Madeline, and this is probably one of my favorite shades from the Butter Gloss line. But yeah, so just setting my face one more time just to make sure everything is set and just all put together. Alright guys, so this concludes this Valentine's bold eye look. If you guys enjoyed this video, then make sure you guys give me a big thumbs up. Comment down below for more videos, and if you have not subscribed already, then please be sure you all subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for all your love and support, and thank you guys most importantly for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.